Welcome to the last session of the week. Just a heads up, Monday, there's pretty much not going to be a session. I just need to get confirmation from kind of the Encode CEO before I officially announce that on on Discord or anything. But yeah, no session probably on Monday, just because it is a public holiday in the UK. And Lawrence and his whole team are UK based, so there's nobody available to teach. I'm also UK based, so I also won't be in office. And then we are about to publish the Tenor-Lee article on Medium. It would be cool if you guys could tweet it out. I'll drop the links in the chat when that's also available, and maybe just the Encode Twitter. You can maybe just tag them. I'm sure they'll retweet you, which will be cool. Yeah, perfect. Lawrence, over to you.
Okay, thank you. Right, let me share my screen. Okay, so yeah, today is different, and this from now on every Thursday will be a special team day. And this is some time we put aside to work on a team project. And we think it's valuable for people to have this experience of working on something a little larger than just the homeworks themselves. So to work on something that they can really get their teeth into and to sort of make a bigger project. So each Thursday from now on will be devoted to that. And we'll go into breakout rooms during the session. And then Extrapy and Encode will be on hand to advise you or answer any questions. We can come into the breakout rooms, and we will probably sort of circulate through them all throughout the session, just to check that you're okay and to answer any questions that come up. If you do have questions or you want us to go into the breakout rooms and we're not there, then you can just ping us in the Zoom chat or Discord chat, and we'll jump in. And then at the end of the session, what we like is for the last, say, 20 minutes, we ask each team to give just an update on how they are getting on and maybe a little introduction to what their project is about. And then in the final week, in the final session, you will present your projects. And what we ideally want to see is some working code, a nice demonstration of this wonderful DApp that you've put together. Together with an overview of the project, so what it's intended to do, and what next steps would be, etc. And also an introduction to who is involved in your team, and the different areas that they worked on. And then if you can also go through and point out details about the code, how you solved various technical challenges, that's also good. Now, it does vary the amount that people can get done. So sometimes people don't always have a completely working app or a lot of working code, in which case they spend more time on sort of walking through the code that they do have. So obviously you'll have to adjust that depending on how far you get. Now, as for guidelines, the main one I would say is to keep the scope of this small, because you don't have much time. There's only 4 of these sessions available to you, although obviously you can work on it outside these sessions if you want to. But it is not a lot of time, and people commonly overestimate what they can achieve in that time and sort of try and aim too high in terms of the scope. So what I would say is, have the scope of something small and something that you can achieve quite easily in the time you have. And then if you have more time, if you've achieved that, then by all means, add extra bits of functionality on top. But it's better to do it that way around rather than to start something and only get halfway through. And it can be demotivating if you haven't sort of got as far as you wanted to. So definitely keep the scope of the project small. So don't try to do another version of Uniswap from scratch or anything like that. So it's just too much to do. Keep it nice and small. Obviously, this is going to be based around smart contracts. So yeah, that needs to be the heart of the project. but also you can then incorporate other technology as you wish. So presumably there'll be some UI for this. So with some Web3 interaction, maybe you'll want decentralized storage. So the things that Tom taught you about, and there's the other bits and pieces like if you want to include something about zero knowledge proofs, certainly you can do that, or all the other technologies that I mentioned. It may not be feasible in the time you have, but obviously it's really up to you to make that judgment. I would say also pick something that you are interested in, because that will help you with the motivation as well, and it makes it more enjoyable to try something out if you have a particular idea you want to try. But other than that, the project can be in any area that you want. So a lot of people I know focus on DeFi, which is fine, but don't feel that you have to. This project can be in any area that you like, anything that you're interested in. And just as an example, from previous boot camps, some projects that people did were there was an idea around peer-to-peer lending. Someone wrote a decentralized messaging, so kind of a decentralized Twitter kind of a system. A few people did games, kind of NFT based games, that kind of thing. One team did something around sort of collaborative investment. And then another one I remember was kind of a decentralized social media, is kind of decentralized Instagram kind of project. So those are some ideas, but obviously you can make up, decide yourself what you want to do. I hope that makes sense. Please do ask questions if you have them now, or as we're going through. Let me just get Slido up and running. Yeah. So if there are no questions about that, then we can hopefully move into breakout rooms. I think you've probably been talking to within your teams already, but if not, then this is a good starting point to get to know the people in your teams and to get to know their backgrounds and their experience. One thing it's useful to do is to work out how you're going to split up the project that you're working on. So who is going to write different parts of that? So if there's someone who is experienced in UI, they may be, made the good choice to do that side or whatever. But that's a good thing to get to discuss today as well. But I suppose today you're going to spend a lot of time really discussing the type of project that you want to do, and that would be good progress. So what we can do then is go into the breakout rooms when they're ready, and then we can come back at say in exactly an hour, and then each team can just give a little talk about the idea that they've had, if they've decided on something, what that is, or perhaps a little introduction to their team. And then that will take us to the end of the lesson. Okay, so yeah, please let me know if you have questions.
Okay, so I've opened the breakout room. Whatever group you are in on Discord is the group that you're in now. So please just join that group. It should be available. Sorry, it's my first time doing it on Zoom, so I don't really know how it works. But is it working?
No, I think there may be something else you need to do, because I'm not seeing the breakout rooms available for me.
Yeah, next to the record button, there should be a breakout rooms button on your Zoom.
So,
are you talking to me, Tom? Mine?
No, Lawrence.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I don't see it yet, but that's fine. As long as you can see it, then as long as people can see that, then that's good.
I can see who's joining here. So
okay, that's fine. Maybe it's because I'm presenting. I don't know. If I'll stop sharing, perhaps. There we go. I see it now. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So yeah, everybody can just join their whichever breakout room they should be in, and then me and Tom can then just go through those. once people have had a chance to introduce themselves to each other and see how they're getting on, and then we'll meet back here at 15:10 to have a recap. All right. All right. Welcome back, everybody. So what we just want to do for the last part of the lesson is just to go through each team and have one person from the team just give a quick update on how they're getting on, if they've thought of an idea, what it is. If you haven't decided or if you want to keep it secret, then that's okay. But I wanted to go through each team just to make sure you're all getting on okay. So should we start with team one? Someone from team one can give an update.
Yeah, hi. So we were working on a project. So first we have an idea of a platform that creates some kind of lending protocol for NFTs. So you can lend or borrow NFTs. And also we are deciding if that protocol will be something like a wrap and unwrap tokens, so you can stake your NFTs for a yield, correct? And also we were building a Figma project in order to think the UI, and we had some improvements in that sense. Also, we look for, as we said, competitors or just this kind of project that try to make something similar and think how we can make something different. And also we create a repository to start, and
Great.
divided, and also we meet each other and understand which one knows what and how we can contribute better. That was the thing.
Great. Sounds like you're off to a good start. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Okay, so there's no team two, so team three. Would you like to go next?
Yeah, so we what we're going to work on is a graphic novel NFT project. So the general idea is that you have a page of the our MVP anyways will be just the first page of the graphic novel, and each panel will be an NFT. There will be an auction for each piece, and once all the pieces are purchased, then they are displayed as that page of the story. The broader goal, if possible, would be to have other pages as well. And the next page goes up for auction once the first page is sold. So far we kind of met the team, figured out some of our different skill sets and our interests of what we're trying to what we'd like to learn about, but also taking advantage of what our individual skills currently are. We put together a kind of a wireframe. We were in the middle of it, actually. We had to grab some quick screenshots before we got here. So we're going to start with the wireframe, draw out our user stories, then kind of break down what the individual tasks will be. And then one of our other goals was that we all really want to focus on the smart contract side. So what we agreed on was we would break down the smart contract into functions, and it would be like 1 or 2 functions per member. They would be responsible for implementation and test. And then the other members would review it. So we all kind of get a taste of it while working on the other pieces.
Cool. Wow,
Thank
that
you.
sounds really interesting. Yeah, sounds really interesting project. Look forward to seeing that. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Rob. So that's team 3. So next one I think is, do we have a team 4? I'm not sure if there's anyone in team 4.
There was 2, but
okay.
1 left. So
Okay.
probably move on.
Okay, so let's move on to team 5. We have team 5.
Yeah, so the idea talked about was using publications from reputable sources, let's say, New York Times or Washington Post that publish on IPFS, or taking their articles and publishing on IPFS for citation usages. So oftentimes you read articles, you don't know whether or not the quotes used in BuzzFeed or, Fox Media is authentically referencing the article without having to read and search. The goal is to provide similar to a Twitter checkbox. As you quote from an IPFS article, someone can select the quote that they want to use, and it ought to create a smaller child hash that is verifiable. Someone can embed into an article, in theory, as a link or some sort of URL, and that will allow basically provability of authenticity for any referenceable text media. One relationship down, meaning a parent-child reference within a world of, I guess, information verification.
Wow. Yeah, another good, interesting project. Excellent. Thank you. Thanks, Team 5. Okay, and Team 6. I think we have Team 6.
Yep. What project we decided on to take advantage of NFTs. I think the idea of NFTs as collectors is quite an abstract idea, but NFTs for artists and creators we've already proven to be very valuable. So our idea is essentially we want a way to help artists who want to sell clothing, for example. There's other Web2 options like Everpress. However, the share of distribution for the revenue isn't very fair. So we want to do it completely on the chain. So as an artist, you put forward your design, it's minted into an NFT, and then every sale of that t-shirt goes into the NFT, which is given to the artist. And then they can even sell it on the open market for investors. So as an investor, I could buy the design and then get the revenue as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good idea. Thank you. Thanks, Team 6. And Team 8 is next, I think.
Yes. So yeah, we are thinking about doing a DAO based on NFTs and doing a vesting contract so that the longer you are at stake in the DAO, the more rewards that you would get, and also like developing a website that would be token gated for certain parts. If you only accessible if you hold an NFT.
Great. Yeah, and that's a good. I think that's a nicely sized project there. Excellent. Okay, and thank you, Team 8 and Team 9.
Hey, we decided to make a ticketing app, and the aim here is to deploy a certain number of tickets as semi-fungible NFT to the blockchain for different events, and people can sign in with MetaMask, basically their addresses, and we can put their tickets on these addresses. We basically thought something like that, but we didn't discuss the details yet.
Okay, that's a good start though. Excellent. Thank you, Team 9. Okay, and Team 10.
Hey guys, so yeah, so we have not zeroed in on a specific idea. So we have jotted down few of them, and we have given ourselves a little bit more time to gather more ideas. And yeah, so basically we'll be starting our work on it from tomorrow. And yeah, so that's our update.
Okay, so we'll find out next week. Great. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Team 10 and Team 11.
Hi. We are brainstorming on an idea of something like a donation traceability application. So every time you donate certain amount to a charity, when the owner tries to use that amount, you can approve or disapprove that usage to another organization. We are thinking of how to implement the voting mechanism for this application.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. Nice bit of transparency. Excellent. All right. Thank you, Team 11. And finally, Team 12. There's someone there.
Hello, Team 12 here. We decided to do like a small fun project, and we'll create NFT Lucky Swap. So the user will be able to deposit NFT to the pool, and then we will get random value from Chainlink and redistribute those NFT randomly.
Yeah, fun indeed.
It's something fun, but touching really interesting technology as Oracle.
Yeah.
So it's fun, and we will learn a lot.
Yeah, fantastic. Great. Okay, so I think that's all the teams then. Thank you, everyone. Some really interesting projects there. I'm impressed. I'm really looking forward to seeing those being built out. Okay, so that's the end for today. We're a little bit early, but yeah, we can finish there. Obviously, you have until we meet again on Tuesday. I've got no lesson on Monday because it's a holiday. So yeah, please carry on with any homeworks that you haven't finished yet, or if you have time and can organize into your teams, then you obviously can start on your team projects. And I hope you all have a good weekend, a good holiday if you're on holiday, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks, everyone.
Perfect. Thanks, Lawrence. I will update all the teams ASAP. If you have any issues, please ping me within the next half an hour. But yeah, enjoy. See you on Tuesday. Thank you.
Hey, Lawrence, do you think I could ask one question before we go? In terms of the auction functionality, are you familiar, or actually you or Tom familiar with, is there a contract that we can already pull from there, or is that something we should look into trying to implement? We wanted to kind of make the auctioning built into it rather than kind of you auction on like I think OpenSea is a common one.
I don't know if there's an Open Zeppelin auction contract. I'm not aware of one. And I think the only times I've seen auctions, people have written their own. Then there may be some open source project out there that has something, but yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not aware of anything.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks everyone. See you Tuesday.